So it's 2009, and Nintendo launched the Wii a few years back. The original version sold over 90 million units, which at the time was incredible. But people lost interest, and Nintendo needed to figure out what to do to keep the console going. There were still a ways out from a new console, so they tried to make a revision. In 2012, a console called the Wii Family Edition was released for a much lower price, getting that price by removing all GameCube compatibility. Why Nintendo? But it likely failed from a lack of marketing. So Nintendo just kind of seemed to give up on the Wii, and they released the Wii U in November of 2012, and well, we know what happened there. But Nintendo had one final trick up their sleeve, and that, of course, was the Wii Mini. In 2012, it was released in Canada for a mere 99 Canadian dollars, and it was almost the cheapest console to be found on the shelves. However, it was bare bones, containing none of the features that made the Wii so versatile. So today we'll take a look at this little console and try to understand why the console sucked so bad. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, in order for Nintendo to get people to buy a 6-year-old console that most already had anyway, they had to make the price very attractive. For $99, you would get the Wii, the cables, a Wii Motion Plus controller, Nunchuck, and a copy of Mario Kart. If you added all the totals up, you'd essentially be getting the Wii for almost nothing extra. But the problem was that most people had a Wii and lots had the game too, so it kinda just flopped. When it launched in the US, it only sold 170,000 units in the first week, compared to 475,000 for the Wii, even selling less than the infamous Wii U. Still, the Wii Mini was somehow marketed and sold until the end of 2017, which amazingly was well after the Switch's release. In the end, the failure was kind of attributed to the Wii's Mini lack of features. I mean, the Wii was only special because of the internet connection it had, and being able to play online and have all these Wii Connect 24 channels, that's what gave it the magic. However, the Wii Mini was completely stripped down. Removed was Wi-Fi connectivity, all Wii Connect 24 channels, online play, GameCube ports, and the SD card slot. As well, it could only output 480i video, which was impressively bad for a console at the time. Not to mention, everyone already had a Wii. I mean, the thing sold 100 million units worldwide by the time the Wii Mini came out. Even though you'd almost be getting the Wii for free, there was just no reason to buy it. All these problems are why I called this Nintendo's worst console. Okay, so all of you who are going to bash me in the comments, yes, the Virtual Boy, who sold much fewer units, was also kinda sucky, but that was because the technology was still a decade away for it. It was a great idea that just needed more time to become reality. The Wii already had that functionality, but without the Wii's online features, there just wasn't any magic there. There was no logical reason to buy the Wii Mini, and it's my least favorite Nintendo console because of that. Yes, everything Wii hates the Wii Mini. So clearly, Nintendo only intended for Wii games to be played on the console, right? Actually, there was something else they intended to stop. 4 years earlier, the Wii security had been defeated, allowing for homebrew to be run on the console. And everyone knows Nintendo hates homebrew, so they took everything that homebrew needs off the console. If we look at current homebrew methods, Letterbomb, the most popular, needs an SD card, and both STR2 hacks and flash hacks both need internet connections. Now, some would think that using the USB port on the back could be used with the USB to Ethernet adapter, which could then be used to bypass security. However, Nintendo clearly thought that through when designing the Wii Mini, even explicitly stating in their homebrew guide that it was kinda useless with the Wii Mini. I really think this was only to remove homebrew because it made no difference in the manufacturing price and just simply removed more of the Wii's magic. Come on, Nintendo! Even after years of experimenting, nobody was able to quite get homebrew running without intense hardware modification, and hackers mostly gave up on it. In 2019, 7 years after the Wii Mini's release, a hacker known as Full Metal 5 had discovered something huge. Every single Wii model has had one similarity. and that is the controller, or the Wii remote. Each of them had a Bluetooth connectivity, and Full Metal 5 theorized that unsigned code could be sent from a computer pretending to be a Wii remote to the Wii Mini itself, allowing for homebrew to be run. So near the end of 2019, a new homebrew exploit was released, appropriately named Bluebomb. The exploit used a Linux machine to act as a Wiimote and send in code that would defeat the security on the Wii Mini. But unfortunately, it requires a Linux machine, as I said, and a Bluetooth adapter, neither of which I really have at the moment. When I was writing this script, I kind of originally planned to use Linux from my beat-up school Chromebook, but of course Linux mode does not have direct access to Bluetooth. I guess there's still no use for this thing. Like, why did they give these to us?
Oh shit!
However, if you want to see homebrew on the Wii Mini, make sure to let me know in the comments. Thank you. In the meantime, go watch MVG's video on the Wii Mini. It explains the homebrew side of things in more detail and kind of got me interested in the Wii Mini in the first place. So to see what's changed on the Wii Mini, I actually opened up the console to check inside. And this is where I'll give Nintendo a point. The console's design is actually quite incredible, and if you took out the disk drive, you could have a pretty fine homebrew machine running here. I might actually try and do that, and just find a really cheap Wii, remove some parts from it, and make a portable shelf. If this is something you'd like to see, please subscribe, as I actually have the skills and knowledge to do this. I just need your support to do it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get past the disk drive, as I was having trouble removing the parts to it, and I didn't want to risk breaking something. So I put it all back together, used this special adapter I have to connect to my computer, and it does still work. So, should you buy the Wii Mini? Well, if you find one for really cheap and have some Linux hardware and software to mod it, yes, of course you should. However, if you are just looking to simply play Wii games or revive some online play, then you should just stick to the original Wii. It's just got a better functionality for that kind of thing. So, yeah, the Wii Mini still sucks, but I mean, it can turn into a pretty nice homebrew machine. I hope to do it one day, but I don't have a Linux machine for it, so until then, I guess I'm just stuck with a brick. Well, that's it for today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, as it really does support us. We're on the road to monetization, which will fund better equipment for the channel, so every subscriber counts. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.